This is the exciting 4th chapter of Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars, the director's cut. And this is where I left you last, in Ireland, Lochmarn, where we found a clue in Paris that led us here, suggesting that let's see, what was it? It was like shoot. We went to this okay, so yesterday I went to this hotel in Paris looking for the costume killer, and I found out the costume killer had this scroll that kind of like connected him to the Templar Knights, and the scroll, the Templar Knights, led us to this like tripod-looking thing that I found in a museum, and then the tripod thing in that museum led me to Lochmarn, Ireland. So that is why I'm in Lochmarn, Ireland. It is a globe-trotting journey to find the true intentions of the costume killer in Paris. Here we go. Let's talk to this boy. What Wizard says, are you the Templar? I don't know.
Hi there.
What?
What's your name, kid?
Who are you calling kid? Who the hell are you?
I am, George.
I'm George Stobart, and I'm with the good guys.
You're a head case, mister. A few sandwiches short of a picnic.
Cut the crap and tell me your name.
Liam McGuire.
What are you doing hanging around the bar, McGuire?
I'm on the run. From me dad.
Why? Did you do something bad?
I ain't done nothing, boss.
This young boy
You can tell
sounds
me,
like he's
kid.
about 30 years
Is
old.
it your dad?
Oh, sir. He drinks every last penny down his evil throat. And there's me poor old mother, bedridden and dying of presumption. I tried to buy her medicine. Chopped firewood for Father Mahoney till me fingers bled. The old skinflint cheated me too. But I took the pennies he gave me back home. Look, Ma, says I, see what your darling son has earned with his own sweat and blood. When suddenly, me dad appears and grabs the loot. I'm off to Dublin, heavy drinking, says he. Watch out till I get back. That's why I runned away.
Something in the grin on his face told me he wasn't being strictly truthful. Compared to him, Huckleberry Finn was a candidate for Altar Boy of the Year.
What Wizard says, his face makes him look like he was a Kickstarter backer. Well, it kinda does, but that is unlikely considering that this game came out in 1996.
What can you tell me about the castle, McGuire?
What do you want to know?
Well, can I get inside?
No, it's locked up.
Does anyone live there?
No. Only, what do you want to know? Oh, nothing.
You know something about the castle you're not telling me, don't you?
No,
What is it you're covering up? Is it something you're scared of?
I ain't scared of nothing.
Tell me more about this castle.
I'll give you one last chance to tell me about the castle.
Oh, yeah? And what if I don't?
Then I'm taking you back to school.
Oh, there's a ghost. It's called the Phantom of Lochmarn.
Tell me more about this ghost.
You're not telling me you believe in ghosts, are you?
Mister, I seen it with me very own eyes. Last Tuesday night, I went up to see what that dig was about. I just reached the top of the wall when I hears this awful noise.
What sort of noise?
A horrible snuffling and snorting, like O'Brien's pig, only worst. It was
O'Brien's pig, only worst.
inside the castle.
Tell me more about this ghost.
Did you find out what was making the noise in the castle?
No fear. I just sat there on the wall like Humpty Dumpty. The moon was cracked and greasy like an old dinner plate. The yard was full of shadows. I could have been hiding anything. I would have gone home, but me legs had lost their stuffing.
Did you get to see the ghost?
Indeed I did. And a fearsome sight it is too. I sat on my arse, waited while the moon
Strong
went
language
down.
there, boy.
Then out it comes from the shadows, all grey and tattered and hunched over like an old bent willow. Then I hears this spluttering and splashing and horrible laughter in the dark. I was so scared. Why, I fell off the bloody wall.
I'm sure there's a rational explanation for what you saw at the castle.
There is. The bloody place is haunted.
Have you seen a guy dressed as a clown?
Here in Lochmarn, they all dress like clowns.
The man I'm looking for is a dangerous psychotic.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Just like that film I saw. There's this clown scene, and he's after this kid who saw him kill a guy. He tries to warn the sheriff, only no one believes him. Then, while he's in the tub, the clown cuts him up with a chainsaw.
I really like this.
God, that doesn't sound suitable for
This
a kid
music.
like you.
Who are you calling a kid? I'm 25.
Yeah, right. You're not a day over 14.
Oh no, it's 25 that I am. Married with a car and 3 kids. 10 kids if you count the wives.
Alright.
Do you know a man called Pegram?
Can you describe him like on the telly in the cop shows?
He's an English archaeologist.
I know the man you mean if he's the one.
Okay, tell me.
Can you tell me where I'd find Pegram?
No, I can't, 'cause he's not here now, but if I sees him, I'll ask him.
Well, Wizard says the music has decided that this story is not important. Yep. He was just summarizing the plot of a movie.
Do you know what Pegram was doing in the castle?
Digging for buried treasure. Jewels and gold and skeletons, like in the films.
Like in the films. Okay, can you tell me about this device for lifting manhole covers?
What do you think this tool is used for?
Lifting drains.
Dead right. How did you know that?
Work experience course at school. That gives me a choice of going down the drains or up the chimney.
You're kidding. Have you ever seen this man before?
What a slimy character. No, I never seed him.
Alright. How about this? What was it? It says, I think he was summarizing the plot of the movie It. Yeah, I think he probably was. Panda Space Dan says, I can't believe they recorded dialogue for all these items for every person. Yep. How about this clown's nose?
Have you ever seen anyone wearing one of these?
Sure. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That belongs to the killer clown you're looking for.
That's right.
Can I have it?
Sorry. I'm keeping this as evidence.
You should have told the cops.
I did. They weren't interested.
You should run tests on that, mister. You could identify the murderer with a sample of his snot.
Yuck. I don't think so.
Speaking of snot, I found this soggy tissue down in the sewers in Paris.
What does this tissue mean to you?
I took it in my
Nothing.
luggage here to Ireland. Alright, boy, shake my hand.
Give me your hand.
Get lost.
Damn
Oh,
it.
come on. I just want to show you a little trick.
No way, mister. I don't do tricks. Father Mahoney told me I'd burn in hell if I did.
I just want to shake your hand, that's all.
No way.
Alright. How about this matchbook?
Do you recognize this matchbook, McGuire?
No, sir. I never seen it before in my life.
How about this, Gruber... What is it? Like a ID card for Gruber.
Ever heard of Thomas Merlin? Or the Gruber Electronics Corporation?
No?
Alright. Well, I've had enough with you.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
Bye, kid. Let's see. What is this?
I tugged at the plastic cover, but it didn't move.
Alright.
I tugged at the trapdoor, but it was locked from the inside.
Alright. Let's go into the pub, shall we? Hello, sir.
My name's George.
Pleased to meet you, mister. My name's Fitzgerald.
What can you tell me about the castle I'm looking for, Fitzgerald?
What can you tell me about the castle?
There's nothing there. Just an old ruin.
How old?
I really couldn't tell you.
Have you ever explored the castle yourself?
I used to play there sometimes, when I was a kid. Then one of the little ones fell off the wall, broke his head.
I really
and
like
died.
the
We
animation
didn't
of
go there
the
anymore.
man in the
You
background
haven't been up there
sneezing
recently?
No.
during all of this. How about the professor that I'm looking for?
Do you know Professor Pegram?
He's
Eager.
the archaeologist, isn't he?
Yep.
That's right. Did you work at Professor Pegram's dig?
What gave you that idea?
I don't know. What you drinking?
Can I get you another drink?
Oh, no, thank you. I shouldn't be drinking at all. I'm on tablets for my nerves. More than a pint and I'll pass out.
Probably for the best. Panda Space Dan says you should grab a Kleenex for that sneezing man.
What do you think this tool is used for?
Something to do with horses?
Wrong. It's for opening manhole covers.
Oh, really? Well, you learn something every day.
I really like how you can show your tool for opening manhole covers to every single person in the game. It's really good. Also, this guy in the background, What Wizard says, is into playing the violin really quietly. Oh, now you can hear it. A little bit.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, I'm sure I don't know him.
Alright, how about this clown's nose?
What does this red nose suggest to you?
Blood.
Why's that?
I used to bleed a lot when I was a kid. Every time there was a playground scrap, I'd end up with a bloody nose. I wouldn't have minded, but I wasn't even involved in the scraps.
What Wizard says the final boss is going to be a manhole cover, most likely. Alright, good sir, Fitzpatrick, can you tell me about this soggy tissue I found in the Paris sewers?
What does this tissue suggest to you?
Nothing.
Oh. Would you like to shake my hand?
Shake my hand.
It's a trick, isn't it?
Damn it, you're right. I can't seem to fool anyone.
How about this matchbook?
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
No.
How about this ID card?
Check out this pass.
Thomas Merlin? No. Never heard of him.
Alright.
See you later.
Let's talk to the sneezing man.
Hi there, old timer. What? Nasty cold you've got there. As soon as the words left my lips, I regretted them.
Is there such a thing as a cold which isn't nasty? I put the question to Father Mahoney. Father, says I, why were we born to suffer snot?
What did he say?
He said, it's my reward for being out all night like a sinner. Pious prig. Anyway, this is no ordinary cold. 'Tis the hay fever.
Pollinosis?
Thank you. You're not a policeman, are you?
Excuse me?
Police? No. I'd know it if you were.
What Wizard says he's super smug whenever he tries to give someone an old tissue, and it is great. Yeah, I really like how you can show absolutely everyone the old tissue you found in the sewers back in Paris.
Can I buy you a beer?
Very kind, I'm sure. But I don't drink the stuff Leary sells.
What's
Oh?
wrong with it?
I've seen what it can do.
And yet you come into his establishment to do what? Pet kittens?
Can you tell me how to get into the castle?
Don't even think about it, me bucko. Lochbarn Castle is haunted.
That's what the kid outside told me, but I don't believe it.
Then you're a fool.
Ghosts don't bother me. I still want to visit that castle.
You can't. It's not open to the public.
There's no one around to stop me, is there?
That's right. Nothing human, anyhow.
Tell me about the ghost.
Have you ever seen the ghost?
To be sure. With me very own eyes.
Can you describe the ghost?
It was horrible. A wee stunted beast, long beak, straggly, flappy wings.
Are you sure it wasn't a wild animal? A rabbit or a skunk or something?
Skunk. In Lochbarn? That'll be the day. No.
A ghost?
That
Perfectly
was a ghost,
reasonable.
to be
A
sure.
skunk in Lochmarn? No way.
I think I know what you saw on the castle wall.
I know what I saw.
I don't think so. It was the kid, McGuire.
What?
He was up on the wall last Tuesday night. He thought you were the Phantom of Lochmarn.
Oh.
What Wizard says, this is a high-quality Scooby-Doo villain here. Most likely. How about the Professor Pegram? Have you met or seen him?
Do you know Pegram, the archaeologist?
That's the scrawny fellow who was poking around at the castle, isn't it? No, I don't know him.
Alright, how about, what?
What's that you're making?
It's a necklace, me bucko.
Oh, sure. Made out of steel wire?
That's right. A necklace for my pretty one. When my little lover feels it round her slender neck, she'll be mine. All mine.
Okay. How about this manhole cover removing device?
Can you identify this tool?
No.
Alright, how about this picture?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
I can't tell without me glasses.
Oh? How about, this clown's nose?
What does this red nose mean to you?
Nothing.
How about this soggy tissue I found in the Parisian sewers?
You could make use of this tissue.
Never use them. Those things are unhygienic.
Unhygienic, huh? Will you shake my hand?
Hey, would you like to shake my... no, on second thought, forget it.
How about this matchbook?
What does this matchbook mean to you?
Nothing. Go away and stop bothering me.
How about this ID card?
Take a look at this ID card.
I don't know anything about it.
Alright, well,
I'll see you later.
I'll see you later.
As soon as the old guy looked away, I grabbed his piece of wire.
I now have his piece of wire. I'm still standing there, his piece of wire is missing, and he's not saying anything to me. Well?
It was a short piece of wire, twisted into a rough circle.
Alright. What is this?
It was a beer-stained piece of toweling.
Okay.
It was a rectangle of toweling, printed with the words, Nagopolian Stout builds body.
Okay, barkeep. I want to have a chat with you yet.
Top of the morning to you.
I beg your pardon.
Well, that's what you Irish say, isn't it?
Do you want something? Or are you just flaunting your xenophobia?
Well, I was trying to be sociable.
Is it a room you're after?
Am I after a room? Sure, why not?
That's not a bad idea. Do you have a vacancy?
I could. If you don't mind waiting until the last guest checks out.
No problem. When will that be?
When the undertaker comes to collect him.
Alright. Tell me about this clown.
Have you served any, clowns recently?
No. You're the first today.
Nice. What Wizard says, this Amish man is pretty good. Yep. His name is, O'Brien, the Amish, O'Brien? What's the name of this bartender? I don't know. Mike? This is Mike, the Irish barkeep.
Do you know a man called Pegram?
Indeed I do. Are you a friend of his, by any chance?
Oh, no. I'm just trying to track him down.
Me too. That son of a bitch should be locked away.
Oh no.
Did Pegram stay here?
Yes, he did. 6 nights plus breakfast.
Alright. Can I have your finest beer, sir?
I'll try a glass of beer, please.
Is this your first pint of real ale?
Well, I guess so. What's real ale, anyhow?
Beer that's brewed from natural ingredients, to traditional methods. It shouldn't be kept under pressure or refrigerated. And finally, it should have a good body and distinctive character.
In other words, it's flat and worn with bits in, and it makes you fall over.
What Wizard says, man, Ireland is full of people who are good at sick burns. Panda Space Dan says, it's true. Make sure you bring your aloe with you if you visit Ireland, for the burning never stops. Alright, Mr. Mike. Can you tell me about this lifting manhole cover tool?
Here's something which might interest you.
It doesn't.
Alright, how about this picture?
Do you recognize this man?
No, I don't. What do you want with him?
I've got a score to settle.
I don't want any trouble in the bar, mister. If it's a fight you're looking for, see Father Mahoney.
A priest? A man of the cloth?
Sure. And he teaches the boys how to box at the youth club. According to Mahoney, it develops character. Isn't that right, Pat?
Great.
Didn't he teach you the art of pugilism?
Dial. Sorry, Michael. I was miles away. What did you say?
Never mind.
Good. How about this clown's nose?
Does this false nose mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
How about this soggy tissue from the Parisian sewers?
Does this tissue mean anything to you?
That's disgusting.
Uh-huh. I found it in the sewers.
What's the idea of waving it around in my face? You're worse than old Ron. Put it away, man.
Hey, bartender?
Landlord, if you don't mind.
Sorry. Shake my hand, why don't you?
Now, why should I do that? What have you got up your sleeve?
Nothing. Come on, just shake my hand.
Not just now, mister. I have to be careful on account of the health restrictions.
Aw, jeez. Does this piece of wire mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
How about this matchbook?
Do you recognize this matchbook?
No, sir.
How about this ID card?
Do you recognize the name on this card?
No. Should I?
Nah, it was a long shot. May I borrow this towel?
Sure you can. On one condition.
What's that?
You keep it away from old Ron.
Who's Ron?
That's him in the corner. With the hygiene problem.
Yes. I just showed him the beer towel. He seemed okay with me taking it.
Look, I gotta be going. Hi, my name's Stobart, George Stobart.
Hello there, mister. What can I do for you?
Have you seen the professor?
Do you know Professor Pegram?
Do I know him? Do I know the good professor himself? No, I don't. I mean, I know who he is, but I don't know him to talk to.
Do you know anything about Pegram's excavation?
Only that he didn't have the right tools for the job. What he needed was shovels and a JCB.
Pegram was digging for historical remains, not coal.
Is that a fact? What the hell for?
It's the science of archaeology, Pat. Understanding how people used to live by what they've left behind. One day archaeologists might be digging up our remains.
Imagine that, Mr. O'Brien. I wonder what they'll find.
Well, it won't be arrowheads and beakers. Fast food cartons and flavored condoms, more likely.
Alright.
Did anyone from the village work at Pegram's dig?
I tried it myself, but that high and mighty history man called me incontinent. What a nerve.
Incontinent?
Hadn't I dug more holes than the rest of them put together?
I think you mean incompetent. Panda Space Dan says you should give the beer towel to the foul old man. Maybe later, after I'm done talking to this guy.
Do you remember seeing Sean Fitzgerald at the dig?
Let me see now. I think me brain box needs a spot of lubrication.
Sure.
Can I buy you a drink?
You most certainly can.
Give me a drink for my friend here.
Who? Doyle? Has he conned you into buying for him? Shame on you, Patrick.
Same again. Just a point this time, Michael.
1 point of brown coming up.
Alright.
Do you remember Sean Fitzgerald now?
I can picture the scene as if it was only last week. Come to think of it, it was only last week. Fitzgerald was there all right. Him and a bunch of students. He was speaking with the boss man.
Right. It's a castle.
Can you tell me anything about the castle on the hill?
Oh, I don't know much about anything. You should ask Mr. O'Brien here. He just joined up writing. Would you be one of them history fellas yourself?
Sure.
That's right. Professor Stobart, Miskatonic University.
You're an archaeologist, and you're asking us about the castle.
Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien. The gentleman was talking to me. How come you didn't leave with the others?
I didn't know they'd gone.
Oh, yes. Packed their spades and shovels and away they went.
Seems I missed all the excitement.
What excitement.
Alright. I need to tell me everything you know about tools for removing manhole covers.
What do you make of this tool?
It's for lifting manhole covers.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
It's a handsome mug on that fella, to be sure. Is he a film star?
Tell me about this red clown nose.
What does this false nose mean to you?
No, you're a clown.
Okay. How about this, soggy tissue from the Parisian sewers?
Does this tissue mean anything to you?
No, boss.
Shake my hand.
May I shake your hand?
No, you can't.
Well, how come?
Because I'll spill me beer if you do.
Alright, how about this piece of wire I swiped from foul old Ron?
Does this piece of wire mean anything to you?
Not me, mister.
Alright, how about this matchbook?
Do you recognize this matchbook?
No.
How about this, identification card?
Does this security pass mean anything to you?
Well, no.
What Wizard says didn't take you for a Lovecraft man. How about this old beer towel?
What do you think of this towel?
Now, there's a fine piece of cloth if ever I did see one. Such craft must surely come from linen cupboards or the Vatican itself.
Alright, I guess I'm done here.
Bye for now.
Alright, I'll talk to this guy.
Hello there. My name's George Stobart.
Pleased to meet you, I'm sure. I'm O'Brien. Can I help you?
Sure. Tell me all about this guy.
Do you know Sean Fitzgerald?
Yes, I do. What you want with him?
I want to talk to him about working at the dig.
I can't imagine anyone employing Sean Fitzgerald on a dig. He wouldn't know a post hole from his elbow.
How about the ghost?
Have you heard of the Phantom?
More than that. I've seen it. And let me tell you, it's a dreadful spectacle.
So it's not just a local legend. There really is a Phantom of Loch Moor.
So you didn't believe anyone
no.
else about this
I was
ghost,
talking
but you're
about
willing
the
to believe
Phantom
Pat
of
Doyle for some reason? I'm really confused about that, George.
Have you ever heard of the Knights Templar?
I most certainly have. A remarkable institution. Did you know? They were the originators of our system of credit. Their financial empire stretched from the Atlantic to the Caspian Sea.
Fascinating.
With bases in so many countries, they had to establish new methods of fiscal transfer.
So, the Knights Templar were nothing but a bunch of bankers.
I don't get it. Are you saying these Templar guys invented bank charges?
In a manner of speaking, I suppose they did.
What a dirty trick. Didn't anyone try to stop them?
Oh yes, they were arrested, and many were burnt at the stake.
Good. They bloody well deserved it if they were anything like my bank manager.
So, I guess he's a Bernie Sanders voter. How about this castle?
What can you tell me about the castle, Mr. O'Brien?
It's a fine site now, isn't it? Dates back to the 10th century, you know. Most of the existing building was added much later, of course.
Are the ruins open to the public?
Oh no, it's much too dangerous. Anyway, there's nothing of interest remaining.
How can I get into the castle?
But those walls were built specifically to stop people getting in, Mr. Stobart. But I dare say you'll find a way, if you've the will.
Can you tell me about the tripod which was found at the castle?
Now, there's a bone of contention and controversy. It was dug up
Controversy,
by
you
an
say?
Englishman of the archaeological persuasion.
Who was this Englishman?
Professor Pegram, the same man who dug up the gem.
Okay. Tell me more about Pegram.
Do you know where I can find Pegram?
You're too late to meet that fella.
Is he dead?
Not that. But he's gone from the village. A sore point with our esteemed host, I might add.
Do you know where Pegram is gone?
I'm sorry, but I don't. He upped anchor in the dark and shipped out before the dawn.
Why did he do that?
Who knows? A guilty conscience or a secret assignation. Whatever the reason, he'll not be missed in Lochmar. Maybe now the fuss about the gem has died down, we can get back to normal.
Alright. The gem.
What can you tell me about the gem which Pegram found?
Now there's a gem which should never have been taken. A man would have to be full of greed to covet that stone. What's your interest in the jewel? Not a reporter, are you?
I'm, no, remember I said I worked at the university.
Oh no.
Thank the Lord for that.
Alright, so the barkeep.
Why has Pegram's departure upset the landlord?
He's lost a paying guest, that's why. More than that, there's the question of an unsettled bid.
Oh no.
Michael's seen
Pegram,
red
what
over
a
the
scoundrel.
business, and I don't blame him.
Alright.
Can you tell me more about the landlord?
Mick Leary? He's what you call a would-be sophisticated. The trouble is, his idea of sophistication extends as far as putting paper in the lavatory.
I never worked out why he did that. It's much too dark in there to read.
That's true. Have you ever run your hand over the back of the door? The graffiti is written in Braille.
How about this, manhole cover removing device?
Does this tool mean anything to you?
I'd say it was for lifting manhole covers.
Would you now?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Nope, I've never seen him before.
Panda Space Stan says, pretty sophisticated if you ask me. Paper is extremely thinly sliced tree, which is pretty extravagant. Yes. How about this clown's nose?
Does this red nose suggest anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
How about this soggy tissue?
What do you make of this tissue?
I guess that muck on it is grease paint.
Shake my hand.
I'd like to shake you by the hand, Mr. O'Brien.
Oh, no, you don't.
How about this wire that I got from Falron?
What do you make of this piece of wire?
It looks ordinary enough to me.
How about this matchbook?
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
The design is Middle Eastern, I'd say.
How about this, identification?
What can you tell me about this ID pass?
Gruber Electronics. I've never heard of it.
How about this beer towel?
Does this towel mean anything to you?
Sure, it's one of Leary's towels. Are you planning on stealing it?
I already
Just
talked to Leary
borrowing
about it.
If you must know.
Alright, I'm gonna go talk to, Panda Space Stan says, these questions all sound like you're leading up to a big magic act. George Stobard, wandering musician.
Goodbye for now.
Alright, let's see if I can talk to the, violin player.
He wasn't listening.
Damn. Alright, Fitzgerald, I've heard a few things that might contradict what you said earlier.
Mr. Fitzgerald? Doyle told me you definitely worked at the dig. He's seen you there. You might as well admit it.
I knew this would happen. I knew I'd get caught.
I need to talk to Professor Pegram, if he's still alive.
What do you mean? Is he in danger?
Yeah, you too, if I'm right.
You're not from the Social Security.
Hell no. What makes you think that?
Well, I was claiming benefits at the same time I was working for Pegram.
I'm not in a position to make judgments, Sean. That's between you and your conscience. All I want is to talk to Pegram about the gem.
But he's not here.
I know that. But he left that package with you, didn't he?
Pegram.
So where did Pegram go?
I don't know. I swear it. He came to see me early this morning. Said he was leaving. He asked me to give this package to a guy called Marquet.
Show me what's in the package, Sean.
I can't do that.
Why not?
I promised the professor.
So what? You didn't have any qualms about your benefit scam. So where's the harm in taking a peek inside Peagram's package?
Nice.
You don't know these people. I can't. I don't dare.
These people.
This is your last chance to show me the package, Fitzgerald.
Before what?
I've been patient with you, but now it's time to kick ass.
But he'll kill me.
Who will?
Man from Paris. Jack Marquet. Pegram told me if I gave him the package unopened, I'd hear no more about it. But if I double-crossed Marquet, I'd be dead.
Panda Space Dan says Peagram's package. Yes.
I'll deal with Jacques Marquet. Give the package to me.
No. Why should I trust you? I don't know who to trust anymore. I wish I'd never even heard of the Lochmarn gem.
Oh no. He left. He's gone.
Hey! I just seen a big red...
Get out of here, Maguire. Come back when you're old enough.
What's the lad howling about?
A big red sports car. Sean Fitzgerald's been runned over.
Get out!
What?
Noisy little tyke.
Maybe you should send out some medicinal brandy, Michael.
Oh, yes. And who's going to pay for it?
Not me.
Me too, neither.
Alright. Well, I guess I should try to give this beer towel to foul old Ron before I leave.
Hello again.
What?
Could you use this towel?
I could, but it wouldn't be much use for anything else.
Alright, well,
I'll see you later.
Panda Space Dan says, that's a kid, he looks 40. Yeah, it's rather odd. Alright, kid, Liam, whatever your name
I was
is.
telling the truth about Fitzy, mister.
I believe
Okay,
you.
okay, calm down. Now tell me what happened.
I was standing here, minding my own business, when I saw this beautiful red sports car coming up over the hill. Would you look at that, says I. And I going over to take a closer look. Next thing, Fitzy comes tearing out of the pub and nearly knocks me on the ass. But the car just flies at him. It was too fast for poor old Fitzy.
Oh no,
I hit him an awful
Fitzy.
wallop. He goes flying up on top. Jesus, says I. I thought he was a goner. Next thing, the driver hops out. And I couldn't believe my eyes. He was dressed like a bloody pixie.
A pixie?
Hey, Maguire,
What?
Tell me about this bloody pixie.
did this pixie have a scar on his cheek?
I couldn't see. He was wearing a stupid mask. Are you a special agent?
Sorry to disappoint you, kid, but I'm not.
Alright, Fitzgerald.
Did Fitzgerald drop anything when he was hit?
I didn't see. It all happened so fast.
Maybe the package fell somewhere out of sight.
Alright, how about you tell me about this wire, kid?
What do you think this wire could be used for?
Stealing cars. There's only one problem.
The local policeman?
No. Nobody in Lochmarn has got a car.
What do you make of this, kid?
Hey, that's one of Leary's towels. He'll skin you alive.
He let me have it.
That old windbag doesn't scare me. Anyhow, I'm only borrowing it.
I literally
You're pretty
asked him if I
cool,
could have it,
mister.
and he said I could.
For an old guy.
Alright, stealing is cool. Yeah, I know.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
What's all this?
I pushed the switch down, but in doing so it snapped off in my hand.
Oh no.
I tugged at the trapdoor, but it was locked from the inside.
Fitzgerald supposedly dropped something, didn't he?
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
May I have another beer, please?
Certainly, sir. Same again?
Yeah, please. How is this stuff made?
That's the secret of the master brewer, sir. Each barrel is lovingly manhandled in time on
Lovingly manhandled?
suspended on skillfully tied ropes of the finest hemp, lowered into the cellar, utilizing the forces of original gravity, like manna from heaven. I'm sorry, but the pump appears to be broken.
I can fix it for you.
I don't think so. This is a job for a professional electrician. Oh well, at least the glass washer is still working. It's not my idea, is it?
Wait, so that pump that I broke out, or that thing I broke outside was the pump?
It just so happens I'm an electrician. Check out my credentials.
Well, no. Isn't that marvelous? Here's a house bedeviled with faulty wiring of a wayward nature. Here's you, an electric man, with a little plastic card to prove it. I still want to see what you can do before I let you touch me beer pumps. You can make a start on the glass washer.
Alright. Let me fix this glass washer
And when
for
you
you.
finish that, will you take a look at the pumps?
Alright, time to fix the glass washer. Glass washer.
I used all my knowledge of electrical engineering to examine the plug.
Alright.
I couldn't see anything obviously wrong with the machine. I figured it must be the wiring. It was an electrical plug attached to the glass washer. I used all my knowledge of electrical engineering to examine the plug. It was a short piece of wire, twisted into a rough circle. I replaced the fuse with a piece of wire.
Aha.
I knew it was dangerous, but I was desperate enough to disregard everything I knew about standard safety precautions. Excuse me, Mr. Leary. I fixed your glass washer, no problem.
Bingo! And a blessing to all the saints. A free half pint to that man on the house. Now, could you take a look at the beer pumps?
Well, I guess so, but I'm not making any promises.
If you can't fix them, I'll have a riot on me hands.
The pumps are in the cellar, right?
That's right. You'll find a flashlight down there somewhere.
Alright. So, do I go down here to go to the cellar? Okay. Oh man. A huge rat just ran by.
I pushed the lever and heard the grating of metal, but nothing appeared to happen.
Was that the metal door outside? Aha!
I lifted the trap door, and an overpowering smell of stale beer rose from the cellar below. I looked down on a stone-tiled floor, way too far to jump.
Excuse me.
There was a nasty feeling in my guts I usually associated with light opera. It was Khan. What's the problem?
Did you see what happened here a few minutes ago?
What was that?
A man was involved in an unfortunate accident.
I didn't see anything.
What about the boy?
He doesn't know anything either. The kid, well, you know how it is in these rural communities. Not enough genes to go round. I prayed McGuire had the sense to keep his mouth shut. Was the guy hurt bad?
He's been taken care of, but he thinks he dropped a small parcel. You didn't happen to find it, did you?
If I had, I would have taken it to the police.
Of course. Thank you.
He doesn't sound evil at all. Okay.
Now I could see. I spotted Mr. Leary's flashlight easily. Then I noticed a flash of light. Something sparkling beneath the open trapdoor. It was Peagrim's gem, all right. A large, uncut blue stone. I guess I was already under its spell.
Did you find it?
What?
Whatever you was looking for.
Yeah. Listen, McGuire. I want you to keep this to yourself.
No problemo. Just chuck us up a crate of lager.
No way. You're not old enough.
We can sell it and make some cash.
Forget it, kid. I couldn't betray Mr. Leary's trust.
I could, for sure. That old misery guts deserves it.
If you want to do me a favor, keep a lookout for that guy in the suit.
Okay. But it'll cost you a packet of chips.
Oh, and shout if you see that Ferrari.
Alright. Shout if you see that Ferrari.
The faucet creaked, coughed, and spewed out a stream of rusty-colored water.
Gross. Can I, like, get some of it with my towel?
I held the towel under the faucet and soaked it with water. I shut off the faucet as tight as I could, but it kept on dripping.
No. Alright, well. How exactly do I get out of here?
It was the barman's flashlight. It was a large blue gemstone. It was the soggy tissue I'd found in the sewers.
Okay.
It was a rectangle of toweling printed with the words, Nagopaline Stout builds body. The towel was soaked through with water.
How do I get out of here? Oh, here we go. Alright. Well, I'm out of here. I am going to talk to this gentleman.
Hi, do you speak English?
Well, no. What if I was to say no? An implication of cognizance shrouded in denial. A pretty poser of a paradox indeed.
I gave him the look I'd perfected when I was 12 and was going to be the greatest hypnotist of all time. It was a killer.
Are you attempting to hypnotize me, or is it the constipation you're suffering?
I was a little out of practice.
Tell me about this castle.
What can you tell me about the castle?
Not much, I'm sorry to say. Most of its history is long forgotten. Ah, but if these old stones could only speak, what stories they'd tell. Stories to make your toes curl and your blood run cold. You know, this castle is said to be over 600 years old.
Alright. Tell me about the professor.
Have you seen Professor Pegram?
No, he's packed up and gone.
Do you happen to know where?
Back in England, I suppose.
How about a Ferrari?
Did you happen to see a red sports car down on the road?
I caught a glimpse of a flash of red on the hill and heard the racket.
Oh, no.
Sure, it was an awful noise. A sports car, you say?
A Ferrari, to be exact.
A racing car? And what was it doing here? The poor fella must have been lost.
The driver of the Ferrari was involved in an accident.
Is that so?
Yeah, he knocked somebody down outside the bar.
What an idiot! How could a thing like that happen?
He was traveling too fast.
So fast, he ran right under the car?
I mean, the car was traveling too fast.
But you'd have thought the idiot could have heard it coming.
Fitzgerald.
Maybe you know the guy who was hit by the Ferrari. His name is Sean Fitzgerald.
Oh, I know him all right. That's me nephew, the idiot responsible for the stacking of my hay cart. Was he killed by the car?
Oh no, but he has been abducted.
Well, that's a relief now.
Aren't you going to look for your nephew?
What for? From what you say, it's too late.
Well, you could report the matter to the police.
Better not. Besides, what could they do?
Well, they could mount a search.
They have only the one bicycle between them. In a question of superior acceleration, I put me money on the Ferrari.
I think you ought to know exactly what Sean has gotten himself into.
I'm not sure I want to know.
But you're his uncle, his own flesh and blood.
You're right, but what can I do? If I'm not here to guard it, some idiot might try to climb the haystack. What a moral dilemma. Stay here and guard this potentially lethal agricultural construction, or to go off in search of the prodigal nephew, the very man responsible for said hazard? It'll need some thinking about.
Why, there's no problem.
You're right. Why didn't I think of it before? We'll demolish the haystack.
Or you could just let me watch it.
You don't have to demolish the haystack to go look for Sean. I'll stay here in your place and warn anyone who's silly enough to climb it.
Marvelous. I think I should start me inquiries in the bar.
Alright, time to climb this haystack.
He strode off in the direction of McDevitt's bar, leaving me to contemplate the stack of hay. The stack of hay stopped short of the top of the wall. Even if I stretched as far as I could, the wall was out of reach. What I needed was a slice or two of Alice's Wonderland.
What's this? What's
I
this?
pushed my fingers into the narrow crack. It went back several inches into the rock.
Can I use my manhole cover thing?
I inserted the end of the lifting key in the mortarless crack and gave it a firm shove. It remained lodged in the wall, jutting out to form a step.
Nice. I'm off. Into the castle. Damn. Stupid goat.
The rope by which the goat was tethered had become tangled on the old plowshare.
Nice. Alright. What Wizard says, that is one demonic-looking goat. Yes, it is. It is a terrifying goat. All right.
As I dipped my fingers into the soft white powder, I realized what it was. Plaster of Paris. I'd used it in kindergarten to make casts of animal paw prints.
Interesting.
It was a handful of plaster left in the castle by Pegram's archaeology team.
Okay. How about this thing?
I tried in vain to move the panel.
How about this panel, or this other thing?
I placed my fingers and thumb into the holes in the wall. Nothing happened.
Okay.
The statue was too heavy to lift. It overbalanced into the sand.
So,
As I swung the stone upright, I noticed it had left a pattern of holes in the sand.
I'm guessing I need to make a mold of this and put it in the thing.
I sprinkled the plaster on the sand until the holes were filled.
Ah, and I have water that I got from the bar earlier. It's on this towel.
The trickle of water was quickly absorbed by the plaster.
All right.
I eased the solid piece of plaster from the sand. Underneath, it had formed a perfect copy of the statue.
Nice. All right. I now have a key for this.
The hardened plaster cast fitted snugly into the 5 matching sockets. There was a soft thud, then silence.
Down we go. Montfaucon. That evening, back in Paris. All right. Well, we once again find ourselves in Paris at the command of Nico. So join me, I guess, tomorrow, and we will find out what happens here. I will see you then. And according to this, we are about 44% done with this game. So, almost halfway. I'll see you tomorrow for some more Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templar.